You're 35 and still single. It's embarrassing, they said at every family gathering. So I hired an actor from Hollywood and announced we were engaged. I wanted to shock my family, but I was the one who got shocked. My name is Maya Thompson. I'm 35 years old and the creative director of a successful advertising agency in Los Angeles. To my family, however, I'm still known as the girl who can't get married. Every family gathering starts with the same scenario. The question, when is Maya getting married, followed by a series of advice. This year's Thanksgiving dinner wouldn't be any different. Maya, you're 35 now, said my mother, Carol, as she sat down at the table. Your biological clock is ticking. My sister, Jessica, is 32, has 2 kids, and lives a perfect family life. At least that's what my family thinks. Maybe you should try online dating, Jessica suggested. Despite being married twice, I'm still hopeful for you. My father, Richard, added without looking up from his newspaper. In our time, you'd be married by 25. Now you're still single at 35. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing, I said, putting down my fork. Yes, said my mother. What do the neighbors think? What do my friends say? They ask, hasn't Carol's daughter gotten married yet? Why are the neighbors interested in my marital status? Jessica intervened. Maya, we're worried because we love you. You don't want to grow old alone. I'm not alone. I have my career. I have friends. Career doesn't give birth to children, my father said sharply. That sentence was the last straw. Okay, I said, standing up. I'm tired of this conversation. Where are you going? My mother asked. Home. And by the way, I'm engaged. The living room froze. Fork sound stopped. Everyone looked at me. What? Jessica said in amazement. I'm engaged. Last month? To whom? My father asked. To Jake Harrison. Who's Jake? My mother asked. An actor. You'll meet him very soon. This was, of course, a lie. I didn't even know anyone named Jake Harrison, but at that moment I was so filled with anger that I said the first name that came to mind. Why didn't you tell us? Jessica asked. Because I wasn't ready, but now I am. As I left the house, I could hear voices behind me, but I didn't stop. As I got in my car and drove home, I had only one thought. What am I going to do now? The next morning at the office, I explained the situation to my assistant Chloe. I need to find an actor named Jake Harrison, I said, urgently. A real actor? Yes, but good enough at acting to tell my family he's my fiancé. Chloe smiled. Maya, this is crazy. I know. But there's no going back now. That afternoon, Chloe brought me a list. Freelance actors working in Hollywood. Most were extras in TV shows or commercial actors. There's this Jake Harrison, Chloe said, pointing to a name on the list. In his 30s, handsome, has professional photos. Contact information. He has a manager. I can talk to them. An hour later, Jake Harrison's manager called me. Ms. Thompson, we discussed Jake's availability. He rarely accepts these types of roles, but your situation is interesting. What do you mean? Jake just got out of a long-term relationship. He's also getting marriage pressure from his family. This job could benefit both of you. Can we meet? Sure. Tomorrow at the Four Seasons in Beverly Hills. The next day, I met Jake Harrison. When I first saw him, my breath was taken away. He was 6 feet 2 inches, dark brown hair, blue eyes, really handsome. Maya, he said with a smile. I'm Jake. Hello, I said, shaking his hand. His hand was warm and strong. We sat down and I explained the situation. So you want me to be your fake fiancé? Yes, just a few family events, maybe 2 to 3 months. Fee? $20,000 cash? Jake thought. I have a similar situation. My family constantly asks, when are you getting married? This would be beneficial for you too then. But there have to be rules. This is just business, nothing personal. Absolutely, just business. Okay, let's start. The first family meeting was at Jessica's birthday party. Jake was very impressive, handsome, polite, funny. My family loved him. Maya, Jake is a wonderful man, my mother whispered in my ear. You finally came to your senses. Thank you, Mom. When Jake dropped me off at home that night, he said, your family is very nice. You acted very well too. I wasn't acting, Maya. They really are nice people. The next event was my father's 60th birthday. Jake came with flowers, talked to Dad about golf, helped Mom with dinner. Jake, what do you do for work? My father asked. I'm an actor, small roles, but I love doing it. What movies have you been in? Mostly independent films, you probably wouldn't know them. This was partially true. Jake really was an actor, but he didn't have big roles. On the way home that evening, Jake said, "This feels very strange." What does? Spending time with your family. It feels like it's real, but it's not. It's just acting. I know, but he didn't finish his sentence. By the end of the third month, things started to change. Jake and I were spending more time together, not just for family events, but also to rehearse. If we want to be convincing to your family, we need to know each other, he had said. He was right. We sat in coffee shops, telling each other about our lives. Jake's dream was to perform on Broadway. He was very talented, but couldn't find his break. Why acting? I had asked. Because I love bringing people together with different stories. Why advertising? Because I love being creative, influencing people. One day Jake said, Maya, I want to ask you something. What? Do you never want to get married? Really? I stopped. Thought. I don't know. Maybe I haven't found the right person. What would the right person be like? Someone who understands me, supports me, laughs with me. Jake smiled. Good qualities. You? I want the same things, but the acting industry is tough. Most women don't want instability. That night at home, I thought. Talking with Jake felt very natural. I laughed with him, felt comfortable. The fourth month was Jessica's wedding anniversary party. Jake and I seemed very compatible. When are you getting married? Jessica asked. We haven't set a date yet, I said. Jake held my hand. We're not rushing. We're waiting for the right moment. At that moment, him holding my hand felt very natural, as if he really was my boyfriend. On the way home that night, Jake said, Maya, there's something I need to talk to you about. What? This doesn't feel like just acting anymore. My heart raced. What do you mean? As I got to know you, spending time with you, real feelings developed. Jake, I know, this wasn't part of the agreement, but I want to be honest. I pulled the car over. I'm feeling the same thing. Really? Yes, but this is very complicated. Why? Because everything started with a lie, how I introduced you to my family, how this relationship started. But it's real now. I looked at him. His blue eyes were sincere, serious. Jake, if we really get together, I need to tell my family the truth. Tell them. They'll be very angry. It doesn't matter. We're real now. That night, we kissed for the first time. It was a real kiss, not acting. The next day, I decided to tell my family the truth. At the family dinner, I gathered everyone. I need to tell you something, I said. What? My mother asked. My relationship with Jake. It started differently. How differently? My father asked. I hired him to be my fake fiancé. Silence. Deep silence. What? Jessica said. I was tired of the marriage pressure, so I hired an actor, said we were engaged. My mother put her hand to her heart. Maya, this can't be real. But now we're really in love. Our relationship started fake, but now it's real. My father stood up. You deceived us? Yes. I'm sorry. You lied to us for months? Yes. But it's real now. Jessica started crying. Maya, this is so cruel. I know. But you were cruel to me too. How? By constantly pressuring me about marriage, making me feel like I was an incomplete person. My mother was crying. We did it because we love you. No, Mom. You did it because you wanted to change me. At that moment, Jake came in. He had heard our conversation. You can be angry at Maya, Jake said. But I understand what she did. You deceived us too, my father said. Yes, but as I got to know Maya, I really fell in love with her. Is this real? My mother asked. Yes, I want to marry Maya. A real marriage. Everyone was surprised. But was it fake at the beginning? Jessica asked. Yes, I said. But it's real now. My father was angry but gradually softened. If you're really in love, we really are in love, Jake said, holding my hand. My mother was still crying. Why did you deceive us, Maya? Because I couldn't make the right decisions under pressure, but now my decision to be with Jake is completely my own choice. 6 months later, we really got married. A small ceremony, just family and close friends. On the wedding day, Jake asked, "Is this real?" "Yes," I said, "this time it's real." This might be the only relationship that started fake but ended real. Maybe the most beautiful love stories start this way. My mother was crying at the wedding, but this time they were tears of happiness. "We forgave you, Maya," she said, "but don't ever do something like this again." "I won't. I'm with the right person now. Jake and I are still happy." It started fake but continues real, because sometimes the most beautiful love stories start in the most unexpected ways. And sometimes, when you try to escape family pressure, you find the love of your life.